Hi again. So in this video we're going to be talking about deponents. And at first they may seem a bit confusing, but the concept of deponents is actually pretty simple. Basically, a deponent exists only in passive forms, but they're always translated as an active. So that means that the verb looks passive, but is translated active. And by default, that means that there is no way to put that verb form in a form where it's translated as passive. And I'll start out by writing down a regular dictionary entry, and then we can compare it to a deponent dictionary entry. So I'll just do the one I've been using: amo, amare, amawi, amatus. To love. And I'll label it 1 in different color. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 4 principal parts. Okay, so now let's label the verb. Your first principal part is your present active indicative form, indicative form, and obviously it's your first person singular. Your second principal part is your present active infinitive. Your third principal part is your stem for the perfect, among other things, but I'll just write for the perfect active indicative. And then finally, your fourth principal part is your present passive participle. So now I'm going to go ahead and give you a dictionary entry for a deponent verb. And let's see, let's do sequor, sequi, secutus, sum. And this is one principal part. And it means to follow. And notice how the meaning is actually active. But as I said, the first principal part is regularly your present active indicative, but in this case, it will be passives. It'll be passive, so it'll be the present passive first person singular, and as you can see in the dictionary entry, it is. So let me write that down. I'll write it in different colors so it stands out. First, second, and third principal part. And this is your present passive form. And of course it isn't translated passive, but it looks passive. And now your second principal part is usually your present active infinitive. So now it'll be your present passive infinitive. So present passive infinitive. And it is. And finally, in your third principal part, the third principal part is usually your perfect active indicative. So now it's going to be your perfect passive indicative. Perfect passive indicative. And there's actually no fourth principal part, since as you know, the fourth principal part is your present passive participle. Well, that form doesn't exist in deponents, it's not necessary, it does exist in deponents, it's not necessary to include since you've already have that form in the first word of your third principal part, and I'll go ahead and circle it. See, this is eliminating the need for a fourth principal part. And again, with deponents, the only thing that you have to really know is that they look passive but are translated as if they are active. And you might be wondering, well, how are you supposed to identify a deponent in a sentence? Well, there's really no definitive way, but all you can really do is tell by context, or you have to know the dictionary entry. You can tell, obviously there's a huge difference between these two dictionary entries, but yeah, you can still tell that, let me label it, this is the deponent and this is the regular. So that was Deponents. Thanks for watching.